Béla. Béla, hallasz? Jó. Bármelyik a talkbackbe, haló. De miért nem hallod? De nem nyújtunk hozzá itt kint napok óta. Jó. Nem akkor, amikor újra indult? Az meg ez a rohadék tetves? Oké. Jó. Át kell adnom. Cső.
The program is going well. Even if Novak is not working well today, but I can't understand why.
So can we talk? Should we start?
Yes.
Hello everybody, welcome to Budapest. Here's the schedule for today's EuroBasket women. It's finals day and also the battle for third place. We'll be starting with Belarus and Spain, then going up against Serbia. We'll see Serbia go up against France in the title game. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Mark Clark, and this is what it's all about as the fans are continuing to come into the arena here. First of all, two teams that don't want to leave empty-handed. They want to get to the podium. They've already gotten places in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, but they want to get a medal.
Well, if you can leave Hungary with a medal, even though it's not the one you ideally wanted, I always think when you get to the last day, the two teams that end up happy, your bronze and your gold medalists, is you walk away winning the games. And this Spanish team that's used to being in a championship game has got a lot to play for here. When was the last time they didn't go away with a medal from a major championship? It's a long time. So this team, who struggled so much against France to score, really, their weaknesses from the three-point line. The three-point line is a real issue for them. And if this Belarusian team plays out like they did on the inside, the weaknesses and the inexperience of indoor that was shown up last time, who else but Luchenko is going to really expose that? She was phenomenal in the semi-final.
Yeah, she got her magic touch back, her self-belief, and almost lifted Belarus into the final. This is going to be a rematch, actually, of the third place game at the 2010 FIBA Women's World Championship in the Czech Republic, which you were on the call. Remember, Belarus almost beat the Czech Republic to get to the final. Yeah. Spain were blown out by the United States, and then Spain beat Belarus. So you never know how these things are going to go from one game to the next. We're going to have the playing of the national anthems for both teams, starting with Spain. Now the national anthem for Belarus. Well, Buyalski, the coach of Belarus, Anatoly Buyalski, and Lucas Mondello greet each other and the players as well here. We're about 3 minutes and 40 seconds from the opening tip. The referees for this game, Yasmina Juris in the middle there from Serbia, Joseph Basang from France on the right, and Fabiana Martinescu of Romania on the left. So this tournament was actually staged. 2 groups started in Romania and a couple of groups in Hungary, and since then everything's been in Hungary. For Spain, I don't know what jumps out at you at that roster. What has to happen for this team tonight?
Well, the key thing, 2 key things for me. On the inside, they've been a very effective team on the glass. They only actually combined for 9 rebounds between Nichols and Andorra in the semi-final. They've really got to be much more productive than that. Their teams have worked them out a little bit, get them in the half court when they've got an issue. I think Laia Palau is going to be so key. Zagai always delivers. She was one player who really played up to her tournament stats in the semi-final. But to me, the inside battle and trying to get Spain in the half court is going to really be decisive for Spain, and will they get that bronze medal?
And for Belarus, well, we've watched the struggles of Yelena Lashenka, as you mentioned earlier, but she really did come up big in the last game. If she can have that type of game tonight, you know, she could end up dominating against Spain. The likelihood is that she's going to need some help, and she'll probably get it from Snitsina, Lindsay Harding, who are going to be in the starting lineup. Liktarovic, Tatiana Liktarovic has played well since she's gotten here to Budapest, and Anastasia Vereminka, one of the top big players in all of Europe, just 2.5, 3 months back on the court since having a baby. And she's not really back to the high level that we're accustomed to seeing. So it'd be great for her to have a big game. Now, we think that this is an interesting matchup today, Harding and Laia Palau. And I think the stats probably don't do justice to the impact on the game of Laia Palau. She's really the leader of this team right now.
Well, if she has the game that we know that she's capable of, everybody else scores points. It's her assist numbers that Lucas Mondello will want to get up, but they get up when they get to run, and when they run, she makes great decisions. The Harding, on the other hand, any guard who plays against Serbia in this competition is going to walk off the floor knowing they've been in a game. And Harding coped, and more than coped, almost. And this Buyalski's team almost came up with a huge win. He had 1 shot away from doing it, 1 big play. And as you said, Luchenka's going to need some help, but Harding, I think, will be much more of a productive scorer today, even though the Spanish defense can really trouble you. It just comes down to if Luchenka gets enough help on the inside, control the boards. If they make it a half-court game, I'll take Belarus to win, and I would never, ever have thought I'd come here to Budapest and say that. Spain haven't been able to force other teams to let them play on the... haven't really forced teams to play on full court.
Well, Belarus would have gotten to the final if they'd been able to get that one last basket against Serbia. And to be fair, Serbia just played amazing defense in that last offensive set, and they prevented Belarus from getting into that final. Quite a story in international basketball, really since 2007, when they, finished 3rd in Chieti at the EuroBasket Women, and also played at the Olympics in 2008. Finished, came within an eyelash of making it to the final of the 2010 FIBA Women's World Championship, and then that year they lost to Spain in the 3rd place game.
Well, for me, the other thing with someone like Luchenka at 32 years old, she's got a chance of a European medal. She deserves that, as I do a number of other teammates. She's going to go to an Olympic qualifying tournament, and perhaps, who knows when she might decide to stop, but could end her career out in the Olympic Games. That, plus a championship medal, that would almost start to get the reward she deserves as a great player.
Well, hello, welcome to Budapest, Hungary. It's the EuroBasket Women. It's the 3rd place game, the bronze medal, and Spain win the opening tip and missed their first shot, and now it's Lindsay Harding coming back for Belarus. It's her first big tournament here for Belarus, the naturalized player from America. Snitsina comes out and misses, and already Lashenka is showing signs of being the good Lashenka here tonight against Spain.
Wow, that's, you can't rebound with your hands in your pockets where Laura Nichols had them down. And Luchenka, what a start for her.
Well, the ball batted out of bounds. You know, having Sancho Little in the team in recent times, 2013, 2014, she just took care of a lot of things for Spain. And as much progress as Laura Nichols has made and as how much potential and promise Endor has, there's only one Sancho Little. And Marta Jargai has her shot blocked, and here comes Lindsay Harding pushing it up the floor quickly. Gets into the lane over to Snitsina, and they quickly beat Spain up the floor. So they're saying, we'll run with you.
Yeah, they'll run with them at the right time, and if they're going to get rebounds like they have on the first 2 trips down, they will run. This is what they have the issue, though, Spain. In the half court, I don't think they have enough. I don't think they have the inside options while they're in the game.
Laya Palau, and she's off target. And Tatiana Liktarovic is fouled by Marta Jargai. Interesting reach and foul. Why?
Everyone in a Spanish shirt was already back, so I have no idea why she just, maybe the moment just stops the tempo of the game, because Belarus were just hot coming out the gate.
There's a pass to Lashenka now. She dribbles, loses it off her foot, and Alba Torrens brings it up and is fouled by Snitsina. Well, Torrens definitely wants to get out and run. Now Laya Palau gets it to Torrens. And her pass, I think, was fortunate not to be intercepted there. Torrens puts up a 3. Good!
Tell you what, Jeff, if that's what they have in the half court all game, Belarus is going to go away with a bronze medal, though. They're just not, they can't beat teams from the 3-point line. I think Belarus will take that all day if that's what they have.
Well, Vermaenke gets it inside to Lashenka, and good defense that time from Laura Nichols.
See, the other young players like Vadiva, obviously she's the exceptional sort of standout. Endor's just going to go and play. You know, don't worry about, just play. You know, the expectations were, maybe she read some of the too much of the press at the start of the tournament where she was playing well.
Snitsina from the corner and drills a 3. So Katerina Snitsina off to a fast start here. She's probably been Belarus's most consistent player in this tournament. Torrens is left open again. She's going to put it up, and Liktarovic with the rebound. You mentioned in the half court, it's going to be a long day for Spain if they can't come up with something else. Now, Sylvia Dominguez will come in, the next dead ball. You see her getting off the bench. Liktarovic drives inside, and now Nichols gets it to Jargai. And Nindor runs it very well the floor, so that's a positive sign for Endor.
And that's what she offers. She offers them that pace down the floor. You got to love the way she opened out down the floor.
Snitsina, behind the back pass, but the foul was called before the shot, and we're seeing a little bit of pizzazz for Snitsina. That's quality.
And Jeff, they must be relaxed in this game, because the one thing you would never talk about in terms of Belarus was pizzazz. It was always them working on work, get it in inside, really making people work for it. I think Ana Cruz coming into the game, Jeff, is vital here. She's one of the people in the half court who can create for herself and also makes great decisions when she has to move the ball.
Yep, well spotted. She hit the go-ahead three-pointer in the quarterfinal for Spain against Montenegro. Now Endor gets in there and picks up the rebound, and it's a 1-on-4. Nope, it's Torrens. She sees an opening, and a foul is drawn. So Liktarovic falls down, needs some help to get up. Watch this. Just a little bit of a nudge, perhaps, from Lashenka, but
there's a bit of a nudge off the ball here. Watch this. Just Laura Nichols just try and get in position for the glass. That was when you're not expecting it, that's a tough bang. No, that wasn't. I don't think Laura Nichols did anything. She was just moving the body to get position, but that's you did like her to play tough. But the last 2 possessions, Spain in transition, not having to bring it out. That's what they've got to do, want to do. They might as well just push it at every opportunity.
So Torrens at the line and puts the first attempt off the back of the rim, and Liktorovic has to come out of the game and go back to the training room. So that's a bit worrying with Zyuskova coming in as her replacement. So it's a 2-guard lineup, and hopefully it's not serious for Liktorovic, but a little bit of concern here already for Belarus. The Spanish fans looking on. Quite a few came here to Budapest, and why not? Lovely city. Well, Liktorovic is an important player for Belarus. Cicina, and gets it to Harding. Zyuskova for 3. Good!
Wow.
Wow, indeed. 10-5.
That was deep. That was 2 steps outside. That was deep. Great ball movement, though. And Luchenko's calling plays on the floor as well.
Endor gets inside, and that's a good move to score over Vermayinka. Interesting that Zyuskova made that shot immediately after coming off the bench for Liktorovic. Lushenka. And she puts it up and draws the foul. And the great footwork by one of the great low-post players in international basketball.
If there was one criticism of her the other day, Jeff, she only shot 14 shots. You know, at times she sort of passed up stuff because she's part of this group. She will share it. But I mean, going 10 from 14, yeah, maybe you don't want to pass it out too often.
So Lushenka has the 3-point play, and right now Belarus are playing like a team that has been reborn. Lushenka comes out, and this is part of the plan. She comes out midway through the opening quarter or close to it, thereabouts, and Popova comes in. Nichols right at the line and hits the shot.
Well, strategy in terms of minute management here is going to be important because Nichols and Dor can definitely cope with Vermayinka and Popova, not when Luchenko's in the game.
So Lindsay Harding tries to shake and bake against Sylvia Dominguez. Zyuskova again, another 3, and it's good. Well, Zyuskova, the X factor.
I want to know, what does she have for lunch? Geez, she's come out like, that was even further. That was 3 steps outside the 3-point line.
She's probably had some goulash. And that missed by Cruz, and the ball goes to Harding.
Spain have asked for a timeout, Jeff. I really do think they've got to run and play in transition.
Popova. And now Dominguez. Well, Vermayinka's in, manning the middle, and now a foul called on, is it Popova?
That's a nice little move by Sylvia Dominguez. She has Popova going the wrong way. He'll watch. She'll pull it out. Popova thinks she has her. She's gone. And that was quick.
Please welcome on the court the video cheerleaders.
So 16-9, Spain behind. You know, and everything was going well for them in this tournament for the most part. And I suppose, you know, they got to the semifinals and they just ran into a buzzsaw of an opponent.
Well,
and it was kind of knocked them out of their sync.
But they came very close to being eliminated in the quarterfinal as well because Montenegro put a really nice performance up against them. And Serbia really pushed them close in the second phase. They pushed them close in a different way. They almost tried to beat Spain playing Spain. But it was always about could people get them into the half court. And Robinson for Montenegro, and obviously the game against France, the game that Gruda had, inside issues in terms of controlling the glass have been a real issue. There's the 3-point stats.
2 of those falling for Zyuskova.
Yeah. Well, they shot 57% from the 3-point line in the losing semi-final. The one stat that really increased from them, they just made shots.
It's just incredible how they kind of lost their way in the second round of the group phase, and now they've rediscovered it. And Cruz drives down the lane.
I think she's going to be so important. Just because in the half court she can break you down.
Harding over to Vermainka.
Just needs to get that rhythm back, didn't she? That speed of release, it was a bit slow. Looked like the ball was heavy.
Silva Dominguez puts it on the deck and gets inside. Good drive, but misses the shot.
Vermainka just gave a demonstration of how to box out. Undor's trying to out-athlete her. She wasn't even trying to rebound, just kept her off the glass.
Zyuskova, they're going to have to pay attention to her, aren't they? Long one this time from Snitsina. And Belarus don't want to fall in love with the three-point shot either. Now Cruz. The shank is going to come in for Vermainka, the next stop. And the bounce pass goes off of, was it Indoor, one of the Spanish players. Snitsina comes out, Trafimova comes in, and Vermainka also comes out.
Well, Trafimova gave him really good minutes in the semi-final loss. The experience, only about 11 minutes, but really did provide some impetus off the bench.
And now it's a foul that Lishenko will not want to give away.
That'll be foul number 2.
And that's a great call.
Oh yeah, she doesn't, why is she reaching?
It's just, you do not reach ever. You got to move your feet.
Cruz just missed Alba Torrens. Open wasn't the word. I think we could have passed it to her.
Cruz just behind the line, and Laura Gil, who's in there, battles for the ball for Spain, but Belarus come away with it. But you have to remember that Belarus's tournament is really interesting. Lindsay Harding goes up and hits the jumper. They started with, 4 straight wins, and then they lost 3 in a row. But their first round was so good that they got into the quarterfinals. Dominguez to Indoor, and Indoor goes in and draws the foul. Popova. In many respects, Belarus are possibly the luckiest team here because they were awful in the second round. And the fact is they were able to go up and play possibly the weakest of the quarterfinal teams. Well, so it's proved to be since they finished 8th, Lithuania.
Well, that was, absolutely right.
And they've just kind of, after that game and then before the next game against Serbia, they just kind of rediscovered what they were doing. They got their concentration back, everything.
And it's interesting, tournament play, there is an art to it. You've got to get it right at the right times. So they obviously gave themselves a bit of breathing space because of how they started the competition. But as Luchenko goes, as Belarus goes. I mean, when she's playing well at the moment, they are a great team.
So the pass to Lishenko, and then Dominguez does well to help out. So shaky moments here for Lishenko since she's come back. And Laura Gil falls down now. Laya Palau gets inside and has the ball knocked out to Dominguez. And Dominguez has her attempt to get a lot of rim and stay out.
Well, Laya Palau had an open 10-footer at the end of the break, chose not to take it.
Well, quickly the other way is Ana Cruz. Passes over to Palau and misses. So Belarus did a good job of getting back on defense. They didn't get a hand in the face, but Palau didn't knock down the open jumper. Now Lishenko and Laura Gil. And it's interesting, maybe Laura Gil is a type of player that Lishenko doesn't like to go up against because she's going to be physical.
A little smaller as well. It's always sometimes the big likes the big to go against. But it's also Lishenko had to create from the free throw line.
True, she didn't catch it down low.
Yeah, and that's a tough ask for her against somebody who's a little quicker and more mobile. But I would still like, they're still getting better shots. When she touches it, they're getting better shots.
So timeout on the floor. Belarus take the timeout, leading by 6.
Jeff, the other thing is you see teams like make changes and make adjustments in games. Palau doesn't want to shoot the shot on the end of the break. That's not what she does. But the offense, she didn't take it. They ended up with a really contested three that rimmed out. You know, she took the shot on the end of the break, but percentage-wise, you'd much rather her take that higher percentage shot on the end of the break than end up with a really false three with 5 or 6 seconds on the shot clock. Back herself, she's such a good player. And we've had that conversation about Celine Dumerc a lot for France. You know, she could score a lot more in the opening play. But she seems to have got to a latter end of the tournament and got the balance right again.
So, spectators here watching an interesting chess match. Goodness me, I forgot what home was like. I've been here since, what, we got here on the 10th of June, and we've gone from, I went from Oradea, Romania to Debrecen, and now here in Budapest. We've been away for a while.
But it's been, what a great country, though.
This is the culmination of it all, and Zyskova puts up a long three, this time no good, but Popova got the rebound. And Trofimova drives in and misses the reverse layup. Yeah, it is a great country. Endure. Hustles. Cruz. Oh, wow. How did Spain come away with that? And now, out of the madness, Dominguez over to a wide open Laia Palau. And she misses. So back to Belarus.
The Luchenko-Frau situation, I mean, she just won't be as active on the offensive board. So that second foul is really going to hurt her.
Oh, beautiful cut to the basket, but then Harding passes back. Spain's defense getting a little bit better here against Belarus. And now they find Trofimova on the cut, and she's missed a couple of opportunities.
Should have made that one. Great look, great read on the cut because she was chased around the handoff. Great pass from Luchenko. There's still a lot of concern about Liktorovich, Jeff. They're still not. She's still not really returning.
One of the coaches just walked past us to the locker room. So the miss, and Belarus here. Boy, Spain have 12 first quarter points. Not a good quarter at all offensively for them. Harding is going to take it down probably to about 5 seconds, and then she'll get going. Now she goes. Well, she's waited too long, and then Cruz takes it away and goes all the way in. Oh, what a block from Popova. Tremendous hustle from Popova. And nothing is coming easy for Spain. Tremendous effort from Belarus. They lead it 18-12 after one.
Well, these game stats, Spain are averaging 49% field goal across the tournament, and they're down at 33. They're having a very similar game. Someone's got to break them out of this slump. Normally the way to get out of a slump, and the rebound numbers are just scary, 17-10. This is just a phenomenal start to the game by Belarus. They've been a bit sloppy now and again with the basketball, and Spanish defense will generate turnovers, but they started off first 2 plays of the game, just Luchenko on the offensive glass, and a nice little two for Setsina. It just summed it up. And the only negative for Belarus, well, 2 negatives really. Luchenko has the 2 fouls, which need managing, but Liktorovich not being on the floor at the moment, with their lack of depth, is really going to be an issue. Not if she keeps making those threes, though.
It's interesting that yesterday we watched in the FIBA Europe Legends game, Amaya Valdemaro, and she retired after the EuroBasket Women 2013, was carrying a lot of knocks, but, you know, we were kind of reminded of how special a player she was yesterday. She kind of came out and she must have scored about 20 points.
Wow, and we said during looking at the game, there was many more important things going on other than the game, but once it came a little contested, Valdemaro just wanted to take responsibility.
Yeah, always. And that, you know, so that's what I'm getting at, is that, you know, Spain, I'm not convinced right now that they have that player. You know, last year, okay, Sancho Little, that's the rebounding that you were talking about. So Alba Torrens earns the big money in Katzenberg, and really it's time for her to step up and make the big plays.
Well, Leticia Romero's in the game. Now that tells you a lot about where they think they are as a team. Now, you know, she can score as an age group player. She was phenomenal. You know, her college career has been about scoring points.
Florida State.
Yeah, only eight minutes a game though. She's in here in the second quarter. Be interesting to see what chance for her to deliver.
Well, they've got a chance to get a spark from her. And now Torrens reaches up and gets the steal in the open floor. Over to Jargai, wide open, good! Oh, coming right out of the timeout.
At Zargai's range, that inside the three-point line, she just shoots phenomenally well.
You know, maybe Romero's going to give us something in the half court. Vermayinka and to Lashenka, and Lashenka turns it over. Now Torrens. And she's bumped by Vermayinka.
Well, the pass from Vermayinka was the right pass. He just overpassed it, which took Lashenka into a lot of traffic.
Troina is in the game, by the way, for Belarus.
The one thing they have on that bench is experience. Troina's been around for all those championships that we reeled off.
2007.
Yeah, all the way through. Her and Trafa Maeva between them are going to be important in terms of experience.
Jargai. And the entry to indoor, and Belarus's defense not quite as solid right now.
I'm a big fan of Marta. I think she's a hell of a basketball player, and she makes tough plays and always makes really solid decisions. Defensively, I think she's just superb.
Santina for three, that's off. And here comes Leticia Romero. And her pass to Nichols. And Nichols to Indoor, and her soft touch and gets Spain much better for Spain. They have knotted the game at 18.
In a hurry. Straight out the quarter break.
The spark coming from Harding. Nope, she doesn't get it. And Nichols with the rebound. Now Spain are getting to run. Torrens has it, brings it back. And Leticia Romero wide open. And got the front and back of the rim and stayed out. Now Troina to Vermayinka. She turns on the baseline. Indoor with the board.
Well, the lid's on the basket. One of the ways, obviously, Spain can get in is their defense going to force misses.
Torrens for three, good! And all of a sudden, Spain have gone in front. Boy, it is night and day since the last timeout, and Belarus have called a timeout.
Well, to me, the timeout's needed, because how many times then they've come down in the last few minutes since the start of this second quarter and gone one pass shot, no ball movement, haven't really stretched the Spanish defense. And then they haven't got Lutsenko a touch under the ring apart from the overpass by Vermayinka. And if every one of those misses, Spain are out there running. And it doesn't have to be layups, it's just early shots. They're just so good at early offense.
Indoor's got a soft touch.
Yeah.
What I'm not sure of is how quickly. I think the physicality of her game is what limits her right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. And this is with the two bigs. If Vermayinka's just off, if she's got the matchup with Indoor, she's not going to have the same challenge she's had in the game against France, for example. There was always Yakubu and Gruda or whoever else on the floor. So she always had the physicality to deal with. And what is she making here? She's making short jump shots. And she's got a lot of touch. And if she was the athletic four, she could be phenomenal. But, you know, does she give him what? Sancho Little makes those shots too, but she does all the other things about being the big five. If Endor could play on the same team as Sancho Little, different game, but they can't, obviously, because of their status.
So Zuzkova comes out, puts up a tough shot, but Vermayinka's there, and how in the world? Spain had four players around Zuzkova.
I can't believe they decided at the timeout that she was going to. It can't be the timeout that says, okay, we're going to penetrate into four people and go early.
Jargai steps up again.
Just have to contain her. You just want to step off gap her a little bit when she catches outside the three-point line.
And Vermayinka hits the baseline shot.
Well, the old twin towers, should we say, for Belarus. Luchenko and Veremenko have played for a lot of years together on this national team.
So the turnover on Leticia Romero. Another one of those will get her out. Harding puts it up and scores. And Nichols has taken a shot and gone down. Lucas Mondelo was looking at the referee and just saying an elbow was thrown. Now watch what happens.
That's no different than the scenario.
There's no elbow thrown there.
It's no difference than the scenario Lig Tarovic, where Nichols ran into her and there was a bang.
Can't blame Mondelo for trying.
No, you can't blame him for trying.
To get inside his head. Torrens gets it over to Jargai. Good. Well, talking about players stepping up. Marta Jargai is answering the call.
With a three as well. Once she starts making threes, it's a real positive for Spain.
Jargai's got 7 points. And now Veremenko puts up a three. And Torrens in transition. And over again to Jargai. She penetrates this time, and Nichols at the line and gets it to fall.
Well, Jargai gets an assist to go with the 7 points all in this second quarter. Again, smart decision. Nice move by Nichols to come up open, but again, transition points, transition baskets for Spain.
Harding. And Laura Gill now quickly up to Alba Torrens. That's the key, is to get her the ball. And now it's Nichols. As long as they can get the ball to Torrens kind of on the run. Look at that. 5 steals for Spain, 0 for Belarus.
And a lot of people will criticize perhaps the shot of Laura Nichols. Not me. This team needs to run and take shots in transition.
And another jump shot out for Belarus. Zyskova reaches in and commits the foul on Romero. I'm glad as Endor comes in for Nichols that Romero is getting some minutes here. I was hoping to be able to see her play at the EuroBasket Women. And it's interesting that she gets the minutes here, but we didn't see her against France at all.
Oh, she's definitely the third choice. And in fact, in the France game, they actually went with Cruz and Zargai in the backcourt and didn't go to Romero. Oh,
what a play. But the ball goes back over to Belarus.
She's got those arms. Veremenko, watch this. Clean as you like, and it just happens to land on Romero's calf.
Zyskova. Okay. She still has to pass it out, and it's Nizina. And foul called on Belarus. So Nichols did end up staying in the game with Endor, and that gives them, I guess, the more, she's stronger upper body down low, isn't she? To take the pounding from Zyskova. And look at her there boxing out.
Zargai is just involved in everything good that happens. You know, draws the foul there by just boxing out solidly.
Oh, Popova has 3 fouls.
Yeah.
Torrens drives in, puts it up and in. Well, they really have turned it up a notch, Spain. Oh, Lushenka, great move, but kind of rushed her shot. Torrens and Veremenko read the pass. Now it's Zyskova, and she's going to take it all the way and draw the foul on Jargai. So 3 fouls on Jargai. That's a blow for Spain.
Massive blow. So I think she's one of the consistent elements, whether they're playing good or bad. You know, she's a consistent element.
Yeah, she ran down and bumped her. Zyskova has been a major factor for this Belarus team. And Snitsina comes out, Harding comes back in, Sharguy goes out, Laya Palau comes back in. So who's going to handle the ball here?
One of, it's like almost by committee. Who wants it? I would assume. Well, they're going to give it to Romero.
So Torrens is out. So Romero played the NCAA women's tournament this year for Florida State. Over to Nichols now, and Lashenka didn't corral it and goes back. Back to Spain. Ana Cruz. Now Indoor, and Indoor had the shot blocked by Vermaenka. So Vermaenka's defense is becoming a factor here.
Wow, you've got to find ways to get yourself into rhythm, and if she's coming up with blocks and starting to make that mid-range jumper.
Popova backs up Cruz, and good job again from Nichols boxing out, but Spain can't get the rebound.
Popova's got to be a little cuter there. She could have, literally backed her in, got whatever shot she wanted, and then Cruz did a great job making it a tough angle.
Now Harding hits the jumper. Oh, she's liking the matchup against Romero.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of the schooling going on.
School is in session.
Absolutely.
Palau gets in, takes the contact. Oh, misses the shot. So Lai Palau will inbound it with 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Cruz hands it off to Nichols, over to Leticia Romero, pulls up for three, and off the back of the rim.
You almost get the sense that Belarus have sort of stemmed that flow.
They have, they've stabilized.
It's about them running better offense.
Oh, but
until
Harding,
then.
Yep, Leticia Romero is waiting for the ball, and Palau gets it to Cruz, and then Cruz travels.
Vermaenka did a really, really nice job. Just stood and played. I am 190 plus.
Cruz comes out, so still got 3-guard lineup.
They haven't run this sort of shape very often, so Mondelo's just looking for a unit that's going to click.
Well, Popova was really battling Nuria Martinez. So, second foul on Spain. Not a bad one to give away from Nuria Martinez. Suskova out, Snitsina back in. Now with Snitsina and Torrens re-enters the game for Spain. So how would you evaluate Romero in that sequence?
Well, the interesting thing was that it was almost when she didn't have the ball, because Torrens got it and they started to run, Spain did really well.
Popova drives in, puts it up, misses. Lashenka crashes the boards and gets it back outside. Yeah, she looks better when Torrens is on the court.
Yeah.
Entry pass. Lashenka with the left hand. We've got a tie game.
Even though she had the baseline drop step, that little jump hook is beautiful. That's a post move. That's a post move in any language, in any game, in any stage.
Indoor goes up, and Popova was standing there. The turnover now to Harding, and the reach and the foul and Palau. I think they're doing a good job refereeing this game.
They seem to be blowing it when they need to.
Yeah. They're letting him play.
Yeah.
Snitsina, little runner, and Torrens goes up, keeps the ball away from Popova. And then, oh, what a pass from Nuria Martinez to Indoor. And really, we're seeing the advantage of Indoor. She really gets out on the break. And Laura Gill going to come in now.
It's the whole thing for me. They've got to get out on the break and run all the time.
Oh, they find Popova, and then Popova's pass out of the reach of Lashenka. Indoor has 11 points. She's leading Spain in scoring right now. So, you know, I think after the last game against France, everybody's like, well, we'll get Sancho Little back. You know, we'll be a better team. And she, you know, she probably has a lot to gain by coming out and having a big game today.
They're all in space shots, though. I describe, you know, mid-range jump shots, shots on the break.
Torrens floats in, puts it up off the glass.
She's tough when she breaks down again. Just attacking it, no set. They're just being aggressive, and they move the ball and give her an advantage. She takes it.
Basang gives the signal for the foul.
Luchenko got bumped by Laura Gill and got bumped again. He got bumped again. To be fair, I actually thought she did a pretty decent job defensively. She was in stance and just tried to have her space.
Lindsay Harding, the final 5 seconds of the first half, gets inside, puts it up, no good. Laia Palau quickly, she doesn't get it off. If anybody's going to make that shot, it'll be Palau. She's done it before, but she was short. And Spain, having struggled in the first quarter, have come back to take a 34-30 lead at halftime.
Well, look at the difference in the stats now. They were down at 37. They're almost up to where they'd expect to be. They're, in fact, shooting better from the three-point line, Spain, than they have across the tournament.
Well, the MVP for Spain really is Jargai, isn't it? She really she just changed things immediately, coming out of the timeout, and did a little bit of across-the-board stuff, whether it was hitting shots, getting rebounds, playing defense, and
I know Torrens is the star, but Zargai's the first name on the list for me every week. I've seen her play a few times in Liga Femenina this year. She's just a joy to watch play basketball. I think she just does everything at a level. You're beginning to see the impacts as we see her indoor with 11 and 4, leading points and rebounds. And how interesting it is that Zukova is the leading scorer for Belarus. That's a tremendous effort coming in difficult circumstances. We'll have to try and find out what is the status of Mikhailovic. But as soon as Luchenko picks up the second foul, less of a factor on the glass, Spain had a chance to run more effectively.
Well, Lashenka has the 7 rebounds. Popova's played pretty well. The Belarus trail 34-30. Stick around for the second half action from Budapest.
Second personal foul of number.
Well, Astrid Indoor with 11 points. She's been averaging 12.1 points in the tournament. So she is well on course to having a fantastic game. You think that she's still, obviously, I mean, she's been getting a lot of good baskets in transition and what have you, and she's got other areas to work on her game, but nevertheless, still a good first half from her. And also, what can you say about Zyskova coming in immediately for Liktarovic and drilling 2 3-pointers?
Well, if you were Coach Bielski and Liktarovic is hurt, and you put in somebody who will go in and spell. She goes down, knocks down 2 threes, gets to the free throw line. That's a real bonus. The thing about the inside stuff for Spain, Jeff, is that Indoor will be a great sort of like combination with someone like Sancho Little, because she is quick down the floor. She's got that nice mid-range touch. There's no one the equivalent of Luchenko on this Spanish team.
Well, I was looking to see if Liktarovic is out on the court. She's not, and I'm not sure if she's even going to come out and watch the rest of the game. We don't know at this stage, because she's gone back holding her elbow to the locker room during the game, and she hasn't come back. And even though we have decent press passes, we can't really, all access, we can't get into the training room, can we? Unless you want to go try. Say, what's up? So, Spain winning the EuroBasket 2 years ago. Last year, they finished runners-up at the FIBA Women's World Championship to the United States, and now with a chance to finish third here at the EuroBasket. I think whenever you can leave with a medal, it's obviously always better. And I've heard the people in Spain say that numerous times, the men's and women's teams, and it takes away the sting of not getting to the top of the podium. But the same for Belarus.
And I feel, there's a sentimental part of me that Belarus have been close, and for some of these players that have been involved in these latter stages of these competitions for so many times the last few championships, for them to go away with a medal would be such an achievement. It's good that Bielski coming back, because they went through a coaching change and then he's come back. They're starting them young, Jeff.
They do. I mean, to be fair, Anatoly Bielski replaced Rematas Grigas, and Grigas didn't have the weapons that Bielski has right now.
Well, he never had Luchenko and Veromenka together. They never played. And
he didn't have Lindsay Harding. I think they did play together the last EuroBasket, but they didn't play last year. But they didn't have Harding.
Yeah, and I think
Harding makes a huge difference.
But he's almost part of the feel of the group, and it would be very difficult for any coach to come into this group that, to an extent, have grown with him as the coach. But that's an interesting start, isn't it? Romero must have done well enough in Lucas Mondela's eyes to get the start at the start of this second half, and it's quite an interest. There's a very potent offensive lineup out there with Romero.
Well, don't forget
Cruz and Torrance.
It's like you said, we don't see Jargai, and she was really the player that turned it around, but Romero did very well when Torrance was on the floor. So, well, welcome back to Budapest. If you've nipped off to the kitchen to get a glass of water or
cup of coffee, cup of tea,
or if you're in Spain, something, I don't know,
late afternoon.
Anyway, we are now in the second half, and Spain looking to build on their lead. And Cruz ran into Lashenka there, so passed it out to Torrance. And Torrance puts up a 2-pointer. She was in the corner, but had her foot on the line. So that start is crucial here for Belarus. They need to have a good start. They don't want to fall behind this Spanish team. Harding gets in the lane, hands it off to Lashenka, and Lashenka draws the foul.
Yeah, she's going to be a little disappointed in herself there. Like a little bump from Leticia Romero is not enough normally to stop Luchenko going and completing the three-point play.
Now, she started very well, but then Spain kind of got the grips with her, didn't they?
Well, I think the second foul just means she has to play a little bit within herself, especially on the glass. She wasn't picking up any opportunities for second chance points. And then without Liktarovic, one of the options that they have is that she comes out and relieves pressure, which then takes her out of where she can really hurt Spain at the other end of the floor.
So Torrens up top, and Lashenka comes up on her. And Indoor now, out to Cruz. And they need to put up the shot as Romero.
That's that half-court problem again. They just couldn't break the defense down.
And Lashenka takes it. Oh, she missed the shot. Then she brings it down, gets it back again, and passes it out to Snitsina. Now, they haven't reset the shot clock because it didn't hit the rim. Zyrskova drives in, puts it up and in.
Wow. Whatever reputations people have, Zyrskova doesn't care, does she? Just beautiful little baseline drive. Just left Romero.
Well, the pass to Indoor. Torrens fouled by Snitsina.
Same thing, and Snitsina looks very frustrated with herself. 6 seconds on the shot clock. They've closed Torrens out well enough to make her put the ball on the floor. And then they just foul, which sends her to the free throw line to pick her points up. It's that normal rotation there. They take Luchenko out, don't they, quickly, then get her back.
Yeah, it's but it must be frustrating for her to have that last sequence where she's she's missed a couple of shots already in this half. Nevertheless, Belarus trailing by just 2. And now 3. Well, she's had big numbers. And she's on her way to a big game again. 14 points. Troina from behind the arc. That's good. Well, there's a boost. And that's what you need from veterans.
Absolutely. She wasn't rushed. They weren't guarding her, so she's got to shoot it. It was in the flow of what they're trying to run.
Tough assignment for Troina to guard Torrens.
Yeah.
And that's going to be off. It's an air ball. And now quickly up to Snitsina. And Snitsina just lost it. So just a mistake for Belarus gives it right back to Spain. And Nichols gets it in. A nice soft release from Laura Nichols.
Well, she's got a match up there if she gets it that deep. Cina's really got to try and maybe front. Got to try and make it harder on the catch than just standing behind.
Troina gets it to Vermainka. And Vermainka, despite the close attention from Indoor, rolls to the basket and uses that left hand.
Yeah, nice little move.
And Snitsina knocked it out of Nichols' hands. So Belarus can take the lead. Well, Vermainka left wide open.
And a much more in the swing of things would have just knocked that down. She just doesn't have that range at the moment. And Spain quite rightly offered it a shot.
Oh boy, Snitsina was going for the steal. And they find Indoor right there, and she adds another basket. Now 13 points, and Anatoly Boyovsky doesn't like something, so he has called a timeout with 6:11 remaining in the third.
See, the thing about that last play for me is that if they keep Spain in the half court and make them make plays, they're fine. If you go for a steal like Cina did, from that moment on, Belarus were just scrambling defensively. And Spain are so good when they have you turned or they have you trying to rotate. You've almost better just trying to work, contain. If the steal's there, take it. But gambling, I'm not sure how much of a gamble you should take.
Well, Snitsina's
si cambiáis, hacer la falta.
She comes out and makes big plays with defense.
Claro. Hey, una cosa, defendemos aquí. No defendamos
Would you like
aquí.
some water, Mark?
Vamos.
I'm fine, Jeff.
Aquí.
1, 2, 3.
España. ¿Vale? Si queréis engancharos, hacer la falta, va.
That'll take us down the route of analysing our making sure our fluid intake is good.
Absolutely. Shouts of Vamos, Vamos coming from the Spanish bench. Let's go. Romero getting a lot of minutes here at the start of the second half, and Lindsey Harding goes over and pops that jump shot. Now 8 points.
Yeah, it's a good option to run the pick and roll with Laura Nichols being on the defense, because she just won't be able to challenge Harding enough. Not quick enough to get out and really put some pressure on that jump shot.
Romero spins, gets in the lane, puts it back outside to Endure, and she gets it to Nichols, and Nichols misses, gets it back, and puts it up and in. Nichols holding her eyes like she got hit. Oh, she did. She got something from Harding there. Back to Troina. Oh, they find Trofimova wide open.
Well, they double team Luchenko in the post, expecting the low. And Troy, the experienced player, just passes to someone wide open. A great read, good spacing, more importantly.
Pass back to Endure by Romero, and Endure's got, well, she's facing up the basket, getting some shots like that. Looks pretty smooth. She's got 15. And then Nichols reaches in. Good play by Spain on defense. It's all about keeping the hands extended, isn't it?
Always keeping them up.
And now Alba Torrens goes in for the reverse layup. And Belarus, having called that timeout already, seems like the momentum is starting to go to Spain. And traveling the call on Lashenka.
Substitution by Belarus on the court. Number 4, Maria Pakova. Number 6, Katsiarina Snitsina.
So dangerous moments now for Belarus. Turnovers, 11 for Belarus and just 5 for Spain. Torrens misses, good box out by Troina, and the ball goes over. Nope, it's going to be with Spain. Endure was not, her positioning wasn't right there, was it? Anyway, Cruz gets it inside, oh, and Spain miss it, but Torrens gets it back, and Troina picks up the foul.
Personal foul of Tatjana Troina, number 13.
So that's the second team foul on Belarus in this quarter. First foul on Troina. Cruz, she goes hard to the hole and makes it. Well, now it's a 7-point advantage.
And you're right, this is it's the dangerous part of the game as you described it.
Snitsina.
I know that's Snitsina's game. I was going to say, the only option he has, Bialski, is to just get his best players on the floor now. He doesn't really want to blow or use up another timeout, but his options with Liktalovic still not able to play are limited. Harding's got to step up for him now. Harding's got to come and find ways to really contribute in the points column.
Spain trying to shift into a higher gear. Laura Nichols. I wonder why they wouldn't run a play for Endure after she just hit the spot-up jumper. Now Lashenka dribbles up top, and Nichols, the quick hands, almost comes up with a steal. Vermainka over to Snitsina, and Good active hands by Spain. Now on the open floor, Alba Torrens is fouled. So Vermeenke picks up her second after just coming on. And timeout on the floor has been called by Spain. Interesting timeout. They're leading by 7. Seemed like everything was going well, but obviously Mondello wants to have a word.
It might be that if he sees what he likes at the moment, he wants to really push at this point, but especially as with Luchenko on 2 fouls, a third foul on her will be a big call. But like, the interesting one for me with Belarus is that Luchenko, because of the matchup she has, she can relieve the pressure. So she comes out high like we did, like they went down there. And I just think with Vermeenke should be coming out, leaving Luchenko in the block to play in the block. Vermeenke's got that mid-range game as well. I don't think that's the right way around. Get Luchenko down low where she can really cause havoc down there. There's still no one to guard her. All she has to do is make good moves and she's going to get good shots.
Well, clearly Mondello wanted the TO. I've seen that kind of backfire though.
Yeah.
Because the team's, his team is already in rhythm, and what you're doing is you're giving Brioski another opportunity. He doesn't have to burn a timeout. His players may be getting a little bit tired. Yeah, we should see what happens coming out of this.
Zagai's still not in the game, which I find a little...
It's really interesting that Romero is playing as much as she is. I mean, it's, full marks to Mondello for trusting all of his players.
And at the moment, he's managing that process because he's 7 up.
And you saw the mark there. Spain was 7 steals, just 2 for Belarus. So Spain's defense has had an impact. Now Torrens gets inside, and I don't, gives Vermeenke a chance to get a breather. Blocks the shot. Now Luchenko. And Luchenko gets inside, misses, follows it up, and good hands from Torrens.
She never really had control, did she? It was a bit of a fumble. But that's still the best place for her to play. Get it to her down there.
Torrens puts it up, and another three-pointer. She's now on her tournament average, 19 points.
Well, I think she's made 3 threes as well, which is the part of a game that if there was one part really struggling, it's the 3-point line.
Biggest lead of the game for Spain. Cruz back to Alba Torrens. Behind the back. And now over to Cruz. 1 on the shot clock. So biggest lead of the game for Spain, and Belarus obviously in trouble here. Just over a minute remaining in the third. Luchenko and Nichols fouls her.
I don't care how old the number says she is, but that was quick, that little baseline spin. Laura Nichols a little bit exposed for foot speed. But again, last time down low, she got a shot. This time she's drawn a foul. Keep just going in there.
Well, back to live action, and Spain almost.
Well, they got the
No,
steal.
they did. They get the steal,
yeah.
so...
And on the bonus is Cecina fouled Romero in trying to recover it.
Well, other than the first quarter, Belarus have just not been in the races, and Zuskova came in and gave him the spell from Liktarovic, but it's like you say, with one less option. Really, an already limited Belarus team isn't quite as potent. Indoor with Vermeenke in her face. Laura Gill boxing out fantastically against Luchenko. Now Torrens changes directions, puts it up off the glass and in. And she's got 21 points.
Well, she's almost the opposite to Belarus in that she had a difficult first quarter, and now she's right in the flow.
But the foul called here against Spain, and Lashenka's talking to the referee, saying that she's getting beat up in there. So she's going to come out of the game for a second here, the end of the quarter, and then she'll come back. Spanish coaches shouting cambio. They want to change. So they bring Torrens out for the last 30 seconds.
For exactly the same reason. They feel like they got the luxury to do it now.
So Martinez comes back in. Now Zyskova and Romero reaches in and commits the foul. It's just like you say. You bail them out, and you're up by 12.
Why does Leticia Romero think that she can say, I didn't foul her then? It's like across the forearm on the way up in front of a referee. How does... and with referees then, if you complain on calls like that, they're never going to listen to you.
No,
You
exactly.
just put your hand up, get on with it, because then when you do complain, they think, oh, okay.
Indoor skies up there to get the rebound. Intriguing player, Indoor, I have to say. The more I watch her, the more I like her, even though she struggled against France. Oh, Cruz comes up top. Cruz gets in and has the ball taken away. Now Zyskova is going to launch it. It's going to go in. Nope. Had a chance. So with 10 minutes remaining, Spain up 55-44 on Belarus. And it's hard to see Belarus right now where they're going to go, especially with Lashenka appearing to be bothered down low. She doesn't seem to be on her A game.
Well, at the beginning of the game, they went to a low, and then she'd kick it out, and people made shots. Now, Spanish defense is better. Let's not say it's about the Belarus not delivering, because Spain have actually really done a good job. One, double teaming down low. Two, rotating and scrambling out. And Tsitsina hasn't had the chance to make shots. And 12 turnovers haven't helped Belarus either.
Well, I say that Lashenka's not on her A game. She's 1 point shy of a double-double.
Yeah.
So I guess we have high expectations.
Well, it's more, not so much the fact that she's missed shots we would expect her to make.
She's just
doesn't take enough shots.
They force it out of her hands,
And then she spends too much time coming at. There are plenty of people on that Belarusian team who can set good screens. Now, all right, okay, you might in certain plays. But every time she comes out high, unless someone's going to deliver down low, it's a little bit of a waste.
Now remember what happened at the end of the Serbia game, and we thought Serbia were prohibitive favorites going into that game. What happened was Lashenka and Belarus had a chance to tie it at the end or take the lead. They fed the ball to Lashenka, and she didn't really get a shot off, did she?
And there was a couple of possessions before where she kicked it, and you're thinking, look, at the end of the day, you're the player who's going to make this happen for us. We don't need you to kick it. Try and score or get fouled. And I think in the way that Serbia played the defense, then they would have fouled her. I'm pretty sure Spain, if she's getting it deep, if she's going up, will foul her too.
Well, we're going to have a change with Dominguez now coming back into the game for Romero. So Laia Palau's not going to re-enter. Look at Zyskova with the 11 points, averaging 1.2 for the tournament.
And Zagai's back, which is always a plus for Spain. Well, with the exception of Dominguez, this is the starting lineup for Spain. Palau will start.
That's the EuroBasket women third place game. And Belarus trailing Spain 55-44, the fourth quarter. And Indoor had her hands on Lashenka.
Lashenka shooting 3 from 11. And now, I think most of the misses came in 2 plays where she put it up, got it, put it up, so like, 3 of those misses in 1 play, etc. But 3 from 11 is way below her level. And probably the level needed by Belarus to be competitive in this game.
Oh, she's going to try to get it down low now. She passes it back out. And now she goes strong to the hoop and just missed the shot. She did everything right but make the shot. Dominguez is the replacement for Romero. And now the turnover to Zyuskova.
Third personal foul of Laura Nichols with number 4.
Very competitive in that guard spot for Spain, isn't it? Because you obviously got 3 guards that are here, and you've got coming through the ranks the MVP of last year's Under-17 World Championships in Salvadores. So a real...
They'd like to have some tall centers coming through.
That's what they really need.
Well, Zyuskova at the line misses. It's almost like they're getting away now from Lashenka. When you see that, Torrens. Endure turns into the lane. Jargai drives in, puts it up and in.
Tough move.
Now Lindsay Harding. So trouble times for Belarus. 57-44, they're down. And this is what so often happens. You see a team that, like Belarus, that were right there, you know, in the semifinal against Serbia, just one shot away from getting to the final. They can't quite make the hump and make that jump, and now here they are, down 13 in the bronze medal game. Must be a bit of deja vu for them against Spain.
Yeah.
The kick, so Spain will keep it 14 seconds.
So you won't see it on that play after Laura Nichols volleys it into the crowd, but Veronica makes it too easy for Spain. She stays low, which means Endure can stay low. If she comes high and, and takes the help away, Luchenko's one-on-one.
Well, Lashenka gets it down low. She's going to go at the basket. Nope, she's going to get out to Popova. Good! Well, that's the right time. I guess if you're going to pass it out to somebody.
Well, Torrens is all the way down in the block, so, it gives the shooters so much time.
Popova can obviously hit that shot. And Torrens gets in, out to Jargai. Count it!
Well, she sat down for the whole of the third quarter. Jargai goes on at 12 points. She gets her feet set. She's just just a great shooter, great defensively. She's just tremendous.
Well, the handoff to Veronica. Now it goes to Harding. And Lashenka battles Popova, but Spain come away with it. And it's Dominguez. And Torrens turns it over. And Mondelo's having words. And he's like, no need to rush. We're up 13. It's the beginning of the shot clock. And that's kind of what happened at the end of the French game. Spain had the ball down 3. France could have fouled them, but Torrens, with about 22 seconds left, kind of ran into the corner and threw up a 3 when it looked like she was double teamed.
And she was going to take the shot regardless. That's almost the mentality. Skova, nice penetration. What the Belarusian who's really stepping up is Skova.
Absolutely. And she doesn't seem like she would be the ideal candidate.
No.
She's really been surprising. She had her moments last year at the World Championship where she was effective as well. Now Torrens at the line. Good. She goes to 23 points. So the foul called.
Laura Nichols.
4. Well, that would be interesting if she comes out.
There's still a long, long time in the game. I know the game is like eking out as a 13-point margin. They have the ball now. So they're around the 10-point margin. More than enough time to get back in the game. It's just where do they get the run from at the offensive end? They've got to finish the game like they started the game.
So Laura Nichols sits down with 4 fouls. Spain have 14 fouls, which is interesting. So Belarus might be able to have some joy at the line. That's a long time to be in the bonus, isn't it?
It's a long, long time, but you got to use that advantage.
Vincent has been very quiet. She has the turnaround.
Follows
up the shot.
turnaround jump shots are not the way to use that advantage.
Nope, you got to attack.
Fourth personal foul for Katsiarina Stitsina to number 6.
Well, the game seems to have kind of hit a lull, hasn't it?
Because like Belarus getting no momentum, whether it's with stops or you know, ticking it over. But at the moment, I was just about to say Zagar's doing everything now with the penetration and the pass.
Well, they had a chance there, but turn it back over. Well, Belarus just not taking advantage of these opportunities. Stitsina for 3, that's off. She was looking for the foul. She gets up. Now, Lushenka passes back out. Zhirskova. And over to Stitsina on the corner. That's good. Spain usually have 2 or 3 players right there under the basket, don't they?
Well, their rotations, they scramble really well. And they've obviously decided this is going to be Romero's game to get the major minutes, and she's just about to come back in. But
Jargai, count it! Nothing but the bottom of the net.
I'd leave her in there the whole game. Just execution was so good. She got a great sting, gets her feet set, and just knocks it down.
Stitsina, and Belarus keep it alive. No, now goes to Jargai. And Mondello yells to Silvia Dominguez to just calm down, stop, plenty of time. Wow, Jargai hits another jumper. I know she's had a flurry of points here, but really, you got to remember that when Spain made their run to take the lead, she was the one that was igniting it.
No,
might be the MVP of the game.
Oh, I would. Well, you know, there's still a long time to go, but I'm not looking anywhere else. She's just doing it all.
I mean, they're up 16 and in command. And Laia Palau, being the great veteran that she is happy to be on the bench watching. I mean, she's, you know, it's all about the team.
Well, Belarus now, it's very easy for us to sit here and say this is what they have to do, but they only have, you know, 1 or 2 options here. Harding's got to come back. You know, the only reason Luchenko should come out is to set a ball screen for Harding. The rest of the time, spend it down low, spot up some couple of the others on the opposite side of the floor, and just see if you can get something quick. Because you can't wait long now. You know, I know there's still 5 minutes to go, but you're 16 down. Every time they miss, it's a massive opportunity for this Spanish team to run. And Zagai's gone up to 17 points, and don't forget, she's probably only played half the game.
And this must be her tournament high.
Well, if it's not, it's pretty close. Must be.
I'll investigate that.
I mean, she's supposed to be going to Prague next season, and you know, the current EuroLeague champions are getting a huge asset coming in.
Well, points in the paint, 30 for Spain, 18 for Belarus.
And you wouldn't have thought that would be the way it was round. Well, the fact it is that way round almost exclusively explains the margin. And they've gone without Luchenko coming out the timeout. May only be a minute or so's break, but...
Well, Popova from the right corner, and she's hit a couple of threes here in the second half. She made it with Torrens running at her. Well, golden opportunity for Leticia Romero. Indoor, wide open. And Popova over to Troina. And the pass inside the Troina. There was a little bit of contact there, but not really. Not enough for a foul. I wonder if fatigue is setting in as well for Belarus.
Teams at this, even though they've had a little gap between semi-final and third place game, it's just the progression of games. It just the miles on the clock just tick to too high a level because. Luchenko's been averaging 30 minutes a game. That's a lot of minutes to play in a 2.5-week period. And obviously as well, with the responsibility, she's in a battle every single minute she's on the floor.
Well, as Torrance goes to the line, we were talking about Marta Jargai and her tournament high. This is indeed her tournament high, 17. She did have 16 in the win over Croatia.
And that doesn't count. By that stage, I think Croatia were down with 7 players. So.
Yeah. She also had 7 steals in that game.
Oh, there aren't many players who contribute across a whole stat line the way that Marta Jargai does.
Harding out to Popova. Remember, both of these teams will be at the FIBA Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament next year. And the pass goes out of bounds, back over to Spain. Where does Belarus go from here? I guess they would expect Vermainka, or they would hope that Vermainka would be better next year, or more influential.
Well, you'd hope that they would hope that everyone gets through the season and is healthy, because Vermainka would be better. Harding and Luchenko, I'm sure, will play.
Oh, behind the back pass, but then Snitsina reaches up and blocks Torrens. 2 on the shot clock. Leticia Romero, and she does just get it off, but comes up short. And now the pass goes in, and Luchenko is fouled by Nichols, so that is number 5 for Laura Nichols.
When their age group teams, Jeff, haven't been, you know, they've like Popova's come out of their age group program and is obviously a real factor. So I think they're gonna, if they can end up with an improved performance out of Vermainka, because she's playing more throughout the whole season, they're going to go to that Olympic qualifying tournament with aspirations to make it to Rio. No disrespect to any other part of the FIBA regions, but European teams on the women's tournament on the women's side do incredibly well in that Olympic qualifying tournament. And you see why. Look at the competition they have to come through. The parity of teams here is just amazing.
Absolutely. The full marks to Spain. It looked like they were going to be up against it here. I know you felt like Belarus had a really good chance of winning this game.
Well, it was the Luchenko factor.
Romero goes in and misses. Indoor can't control it yet. And Luchenko looked like she was going to lead Belarus to a big game, but for the first quarter. Now Jargai gets it. And still not over yet with 2:20 remaining. 13-point deficit, but it's not looking good for Belarus. Jargai passes it up and draws the foul from Torina.
I mean, I obviously only saw those games in the second phase that you were commentating on the on the TV, etc. And this looks like the team that played in the second phase now for Belarus. A little bit disjointed, coming down the floor, taking some shots off no passes, and Luchenko not being great. And they've got, after a nice 18-point first quarter, they've gone 12 and 14 and 12 again so far. So you can't win games at this level with those offensive numbers.
Well, free throws coming for Marta Jargai. Snitsina has fouled out of the game. So one of the biggest weapons for Belarus has had an off game. She's only scored 7 points. 3 of 15 for Snitsina. So tough day at the office for that player. Whereas for Jargai, her numbers just keep getting better and better. She is 7 of 8 from the floor. She's made now her 2 free throws, and she has 19 points, as well as 4 assists. Troina comes out, and
that's just not good. It's
kind of strange as well the way this game has unfolded, because we have watched one pulsating encounter after another, and this game in the second half has just been completely ruled by Spain.
And that's again what we're talking about before the game, about using Luchenko in the right way. She was guarded by Marta Jargai. Marta Jargai went and guarded because of a switch, and she threw it out. Well, then Torina just tried to put it on the floor and create for her, as opposed to just throwing it straight back in.
Saw a baby in the crowd there, a Spanish baby. Romero and Laia Palau is going to come into the game. And the pass, I'm guessing, is she going to come in for Jargai or Cruz some applause?
I would, no, I'm assuming they'll come in for Romero and Zargai.
Well, the follow gets it back to 71-58. But with 1:15 remaining, Belarus showing no signs of getting a win here today. So Torrens comes out, and Leticia Romero comes out. She got the big minutes today, so that'll be good for her career. She played 21 minutes and 30 seconds. She didn't score, but she did have a couple steals and 2 assists. Indoor, good. She's had a big game. She's got 18 points. Troina puts it up, no good. And let's watch Indoor's development over the next year. She's clearly a player that has some quality.
Yep.
To be able to hit shots like that.
She needs to play a lot more EuroLeague women minutes.
She needs to get, she needs to play more competitive minutes.
Yeah.
Cruz. Indoor. And Laura Gill gets it, misses. Lashenka over to Harding. And Harding puts up a 3 short, chases it, throws it in. And now Laia Palau gets it. So Spain, yet again, get a medal at the EuroBasket Women. It's something that you're used to seeing in international competition. And they've bounced back from a disappointment against France, and they've been pretty convincing today, winning it 74-58.
Well, from the moment that they got that little run to respond to the good first quarter from Belarus, there was only ever going to be one team to win the game. They just imposed themselves on it. Marta Zargai was incredibly efficient. Torrens finishes the tournament with a 25-point haul. A lot of the stats will be pretty, a lot of parity, but the key number is just shooting percentages. Shooting percentages deciding the game. So Spain finished with a bronze medal, Jeff, and as we said right at the beginning, the team who wins the bronze is normally one of the 2 happy teams on the day.
That's right. The team that loses the final won't be as happy as this. It's important to leave with a medal. It's important for Spain. They're hosting the FIBA Women's World Championship, the next one. They want to keep the momentum going. And, how do you respond to adversity and defeats? Do you come back and you come back swinging? And I think you have to say today they did. They came out after kind of sleepwalking through the first quarter and really turned it on against Belarus.
Well, and Romero got a lot of minutes, and then that's good for them going forward, because how long will Laia Palau? I'm sure that she'll want to play in an Olympic Games, so this will be pretty much the core of the group that shows up at that tournament next year. But it's always good to finish with a win. The Spanish fans will celebrate, then they'll come back to watch the final, and interesting to see who they cheer for. But Marta Zargai, for me, is growing into just a phenomenal performer for the Spanish national team. And that with her at the 2 and Torrens at the 3, they're impressive. Whoever's at the guard spot's good. But as you said during commentary, they just need that inside strength and stability that if Sancho Little comes back, this is a great team.
So another great moment for Spanish basketball. The women have got a medal that they're going to bring back to the Iberian Peninsula. And all smiles at the Spanish Basketball Federation. And for Belarus, well, where do you go from here? Who knows? They have a long season ahead, and they've got a chance to get to the Olympics. So it's back reorganized. They play for the first time with Lindsay Harding.
Well, and the other good thing for these teams in Europe now, and that's one of the things I don't think people talk enough about, is in November, these teams will be playing again. The only team that doesn't go into qualification will be the Czech Republic, because that's where EuroBasket in 2017 is going to be. So Spain and Belarus in November will be on the floor. They'll be top seeds in their groups. If they get everybody on the floor, it's almost good for national teams in that perspective, that the next time isn't next May and June, it's actually November and February, and then you're going into an Olympic qualifying tournament.
So big moment for Spain. I think overall a plus for Belarus. They had a good tournament. They had some ups, some downs, but they finished fourth, and more probably questions about them moving forward than Spain. But anyway, Vola Zioskova, she certainly came to play today for Belarus. Look at what she was able to accomplish, those made shots, especially early in difficult circumstances when she came into the game and hitting the back-to-back three-pointers after Liktarovic left. And we have to remember, Liktarovic did leave, and that did not come at a good time for Belarus.
That came at a time when they were in the ascendancy, they had control, they had the balance on the floor, and we said they weren't deep, and that scenario then, and it'll be hopefully, well, obviously everyone wishes her well, and it's nice to find out what in fact did happen, but when you're on limited resources, you can't lose someone as good as Liktarovic.
Well, 74-58. Thanks for watching, everybody. Spain beat Belarus to third place and the bronze medal here at the EuroBasket Women.
Two points by